We're going to move on now to the front cover of Sunday's Express. Leo, so Brexit's not all that bad, right?
Yeah, so Britain is getting a £12 trillion Brexit trade boost. I mean, that's a pretty much best case scenario. We're not getting the £12 trillion, but we're joining the Trans-Pacific Trade Bloc, not to be confused with the cisgender Pacific Trade Bloc. This is the sort of Indo-Pacific area, and it's got trade worth £12 trillion a year. It's one of the biggest trade blocs in the world.
So this is quite... I mean, people are always talking down Brexit and saying that this has clearly led to economic catastrophe, and I don't think it necessarily has, or we know at this point. No. We have had all sorts of trade deals with Australia, with New Zealand. Yep. We've had 20 big trade deals with American states for our services industry. We've had that deal with Brazil recently. So there's all this stuff is happening. Is it necessarily the case that this is such an economic disaster?
Well, I mean, the economic disaster was never there, considering that we had COVID and we had the so-called Remoaners sabotaging Brexit for 3 years, and famously we had a anti-Brexit prime minister trying to get us out of the EU. In the person of Theresa May.
And on that, the vaccine rollout was helped by the fact that we didn't have to go through EU bureaucracy. We didn't have to pay that £80 billion for the bailout fund. I think there are lots of advantages. We just don't hear about them very much.
Yeah, and also, I mean, Brexit was always going to be short-term turmoil and economic disruption. But long-term, I mean, who knows? I think it could, once now we've decoupled ourselves from what is a really officious bureaucratic system in the EU, we're more agile. We could be, the Singapore of Europe.
The trouble here is I think we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. We need a Josh Howie in here just to say how terrible Brexit is.
I voted Remain.
Did you? OK, there we go.
Actually, no, I'm not sure I'd vote Remain again.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, because you've seen what the EU are like.
And I've seen what Remainers are like, and I don't want them to be happy.
You don't want to be in that gang?
Yeah.
No, but this is the point, isn't it? I mean, people did not really vote about the financial elements. They knew we were going to get a bit of a hit.
Yeah.
It is that idea of bureaucracy. It's that idea of democracy. It's that idea of being able to vote out the people who are in control. You can't vote out Ursula von der Leyen and all her cronies in the Commission. You can't do it. Anyway, that's my pro-Brexit rant for the evening. There's normally one.